Hear that? Oh yeah. All around the world, emos of all ages are currently searching how much plane tickets and hotels will cost in Vegas. Why? Because in Vegas, for one night only, that's Saturday, October 22nd, We Were Young Festival will be making its grand appearance. What's that? Well, imagine Slam Dunk Festival, Warped Tour, those kind of things. Well, all in one day, 30 bands. Any one of them could pretty much headline. They're all together, clumped in for one day. And emos are losing their minds. Is this real? Is this Firefest? It can't be real. Surely not. Well, apparently it is real. I'm surprised. I thought it was a prank at first. I thought it was just some dream lineup someone on Twitter had posted. And it just went viral. But no, apparently this thing is real. It's actually happening. I think I've just about missed the boat with this one. This is more aimed at like my younger sister. Don't get me wrong, some of the bands I did used to listen to a lot when I was a bit younger, but I was out of high school by then, so my taste was getting a lot heavier by then. But yeah, there's one or two bands that if I could see, I probably would go. Just for the experience, for a laugh, for a bit of fun, you know. My Chemical Romance, for example, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but everyone knows the Black Parade. That was fucking huge when that came out. So I'd probably go see them. I'd see I Prevail, Motionless in White, All American Rejects. They've got some good songs. Not Loose, Knee Deep, AFI, yeah. Some of their stuff was good. Remember that the They Do the All Hallows Eve EP? Something like that. Kind of sounds like Misfits. They were in like their Misfits mode. That was pretty good. Never been too big on like Breaking Benjamin. Never been too bothered. I think I preferred like 3 Days Grace. They were not in the lineup for some reason. Another one not in the lineup is Sum 41. I thought they would have fit in really well, but I don't know. Maybe they're too busy or they couldn't get hold of them. Who knows? Because they seem to have got everybody else. Even got fucking Avril Lavigne in there. Obviously, you got the two main bands, I think the two headliners, which is My Chemical Romance and Paramore. With this being one day, though, I'm not sure how many stages there's going to be. It's clearly way too many bands for one stage. It'd have to be literally from fucking dusk till dawn. Or from dawn till dusk, should I say. So, at least 2 stages, surely. If you've got 2 main headliners, then yeah, maybe there's going to be 2 stages. Clashing would be a nightmare. I wouldn't be too fussed, because like I said, there's only really a handful of bands that I'd personally be interested in, but I can imagine a lot of people, like, if you love one of these bands, and you grew up in that particular time period, there's probably about 15 others that you also love. So it's going to be pretty fucking hectic trying to see all the ones you love. Chances are you're not going to be able to see them all, are you? And at 250 quid, is that a price you're willing to pay to, you know, only see a handful of the ones you really want to see? Especially if you don't live anywhere near Vegas. You know, with plane tickets and hotel stay, it's got to cost you quite a bit. Yeah, might be better just save your money for, you know, a smaller gig with, you know, a few of the bands that you'll definitely get to see and just do more of them. Especially in these times of COVID. I mean, any band could drop out, festival could cancel. Like I said, people are worried this might be another Fyre Festival kind of thing where it doesn't happen. There's also people worried because it's by Live Nation that did the Astroworld Festival, but health and safety is a big, oh my god, concern. Ill planning and all that. So there is the danger of that, potentially. But who knows? But yeah, like I say, this has been all over my news feed. It's all over Google News. It's everywhere. Despite me not really having too much of an interest in most of these bands, there are a few in there that's like, oh, that piqued my attention. Yeah, I'm sure my sister, if she could get to Vegas, she would definitely go to this lineup. This is her bag. I mean, she loves AFI. She loves Alkaline Trio. So this is definitely more her cup of tea than mine, but yeah, it's still a handful of bands. There's also the Used. I like the Used. They're in there. Taking Back Sunday, Pierce the Veil. So yeah, there's a lot of big names here. All for one day. Will it happen? Well, inevitably, I can't imagine every single band turning up. There's going to be reasons that they have to drop out. Either commitment issues elsewhere or through COVID. Hopefully, we're at this point where, the government don't fuck around with it and start changing everything again. Hopefully we're safe from that. So it'd be really nice just to know that, festivals can really go on properly and you don't have to worry about fucking COVID testing and passports and all that shit. A Day to Remember also there. I don't like their last album. I thought that was pretty shit, but they do have some good songs on other albums. Bring Me the Horizon. It really depends on what material they're using. Because some of it can be really good. It can be like an 8. Others can be a fucking 2. So on average, they're like a 5 because it's really 50-50. Am I going to like what they play? I don't know. But it's also weird that it's called the When We Were Young tour, and then there's some bands that obviously went around when we were young, like Palais Royale, Poppy. I think the only band out of the lineup that I still regularly listen to is probably Jimmy Eat World. But a lot of them I've listened to, and I've enjoyed their music, so it piques my interest at least. And I do like this lineup. It is more unique than other lineups I've seen in recent years. Getting all these together in one day. Major cojones, I can't imagine every single band appearing. They're bound to have a few dropouts, and whether they'll be substituted or just removed entirely, I don't know. Too hard to say. But you've got to wonder how much this is costing the organisers. So, hopefully it sells out, because it's going to have to make any money back and make stuff like this possible again in the future. Because there's a good 30 bands, and I don't imagine any of them being that cheap. Like I say, a lot of them could have headlined Slamdunk Festival here, easily. Nearly half of them are all main stage bands. So it's very interesting to see them all come together for one day. Anyway, yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I thought I'd just mention it because, hell, it's everywhere and, I'll get it out of my system. But yeah, would I go? If I had the money, would I bother? Probably not. Like I say, for one day, doesn't seem quite worth the hassle to me. I feel that there's not enough bands in there that I'm really passionate about to want to go. And if there was, I'd still be worried that I'm not going to be able to see them because of the clashing. Because there's so many of them at one time. So to me, it wouldn't really be worth it. If it was here in England, maybe if it was like less than 3 hours away, maybe it'd be worth the car ride. But to go over in Vegas, not a chance. God, no, flights are ridiculous these days. It can literally cost like $4,000 for a plane for 3 people. Just because of the petrol at the moment. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Are you going? Would you go? Who's missing from this lineup? Like I said, I'm surprised Sum 41 aren't in there. And 3 Days Grace. There's loads of others though that could easily fit in this bill. I just can't think of them right now. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that shit, please.